What is up, proud and faithful members of the verse? What is good? Welcome back. Welcome to the golden age of cryptocurrency. We have arrived, ladies and gentlemen. The train has taken off, and I hope your bags are freaking packed because it's just gonna be you getting up, crapping your pants every day. What do you think?
Yeah, man. Hey, this is like the fun part of the market. This is where you're going to see like things get crazy. You're going to see people gambling, throwing darts, man. I mean across the board. This is like the best time to be living in the matrix within the crypto sector, man. So all I gotta say is smiles across the board. And here's the thing. We showed you guys what happened after the election for the Bitcoin price chart. Like we literally went through, was it the previous 4 or 3? It doesn't matter,
We
but
went through it all.
we literally showed you guys like, hey, this is what's probably going to happen, and this is the move that's going to come to fruition. And then lo and behold, the thing just started skyrocketing, going absolutely freaking bananas. So I think overall, man, this is the time in the market where you're going to want to start looking at altcoins, meme coins. If you're not already deployed, then there's probably something wrong with you. So, in this live stream, we're going to talk about AlienX. We're going to talk about Morpheus. We're going to talk about our favorite projects. We're going to talk about charts. And then we're going to give you guys our top coins for the market. And to see, here's the deal. With these coins, we've been doing this for, was it like a couple months now? We adjusted the list a little bit, but these are the ones that we're probably going to stick with hardcore unless great opportunities come up or something happens to a project, because it's bound to happen with the amount of coins out there in the market. Trey Souls, any thoughts on meme coins and altcoins right now in general?
I don't want to give too much away, but I know I saw some bullishness for coins today on something called the Bitcoin dominance chart. So I don't know if we're going to get into that later, but hey, I'm thinking that people are liking the Bitcoin hitting 60% on that chart. So hey, we could be really close to all systems go. I'm seeing some big name brand meme coins pop off today. So I think capital is just getting ready to flood into this market, and we're getting ready to see the entirety of the human race pile into cryptocurrency, and we're going to achieve mass adoption very soon. I think sooner than a lot of people are going to realize.
Yeah. And I like how you brought up mass adoption, because when it comes to mass adoption, that means everybody's going to be talking about it. And what's the first thing we do when everybody's talking about it?
Run for the freaking hills, baby. You got to have your exit points. You got to know your targets. These prices are serious right now. Your price targets are everything.
Yeah, and I just want to let you guys know, be careful who's in your circle, because you got a couple people that will repeat everything mainstream media will say, or the mainstream crypto influencers will say, and then you got the people that are on the hopium drug, where they think that this thing's never going to end. And look, it's easy to sit here and just be like, oh hey, I'm not going to get caught up in that camp. But it's another thing when it actually happens. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone came up to you tomorrow and be like, "Hey, here's $10 million. I want you to go do this, this, and that." I'm not going to say anything too crazy because we'll get banned. But and you go up to your friend and say, "Hey, would you do anything if someone gave you $10 million?" They'll probably be like, "Nah, man, I'm virtuous. This, and that." But the thing is, they never gotten $10 million. They never seen $10 million. So the main point I'm trying to say is there's a difference between saying something and actually doing it. And you
Yeah.
can't really have an opinion about something if you never had that experience in front of you before. And I will say, me and Trey Souls, we've been in that situation where we would never sell our souls, and there's 100% guarantee that we're not the type of people just sell out like that. And there has been offers before or whatnot. We said, screw you. We're gonna keep doing our thing, keep balling out, man. So good stuff. So hey
Yeah,
guys,
I mean,
go
when
ahead.
you're looking at $10 million for the first time in your life, if you don't have any training, or you don't have any resolve, or you don't have the ability to suffer through not having, when you do have, you're going to be screwed, and you're going to squander away what you have. And so you've got to recognize that selling 30% when it's a reasonable gain is okay. I mean, there's positive exit strategies or strategies that can keep you with bags in the game. But you know, a lot of people will fail because they'll be looking big money in the eye for the first time, and they won't be trained to it. And quite frankly, those types of people don't deserve large amounts of wealth. They'll just squander it away. So that's just kind of the formula.
Yeah, and this is the other thing, you know, it gets into manifestation. Manifestation's 100% real. If you can visualize yourself having money and you actually believe it, it sets you up for that opportunity because I have close people in this market already that I spoke to where they did really well in a trade or whatever, and then they start flooding their own bags and they start trash talking their coins they're in. It was like the weirdest demonic spell I've ever seen. I have never seen someone to like do really well in a token and then deny reality, fudge your bags and say, "Oh, it's this and that." Like it just blew my mind when I saw something like that. And you're going to be seeing a lot of that. And I guess it just gets into this. I guess it gets into manifestation and understanding that, hey, if this is going to be coming down the road, I'll be mentally prepared for it. And that's that famous quote: act like you've been there before. Act like you've been rich before. Act like, you know, when you go into a meeting with some really high status people, act like you've been in that meeting before, because nobody wants to be sitting there looking at the kid in the corner freaking out like, oh my god, I made it. Or no one wants to see the dude that, you know, gets a big bag and just be like, oh my god, I'm rich, I'm gonna do this and that. Or you get scared. You know, you just gotta act like you've been in this position before, because that will set you up, in my opinion. Cool. So
Yeah,
any thoughts on that before we move on?
yeah. I mean, the last piece of rhetoric I got that goes along with that is, um, fuck, bro, I forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Act like you've been there before.
Oh, yeah. Oh, when you go to cash out, um, maybe consider when you put your money in a stables, um, particularly our favorite stable is PDI. That's a stable that we like. Um, sit on the money. Sit on it. Don't spend it. Don't even think about spending it. Just sit on it for a while. Don't get what's called sudden wealth syndrome, the psychological phenomenon. Don't get it. Don't be an idiot. I mean, we're leaking these things from the bottom of our heart right here at the end of the market, the beginning of the market, which is really the end of the market, right? We're trying to figure out, when are we going to sell now? Number go up. People come in. Unprecedented things happening. We have to have gauges and parameters. And so I think when you cash out, when you go to put your money in stables, you need to sit on it for 3 to 6 months. You need to plan accordingly. You don't need to wild out.
Yeah. No, he's got a good point. And we're not going to be here forever, guys. And we might do like once a week trading show where we just go through and just look at charts and stuff and have fun. But, you know, chances are we're not going to be here to remind you. And that's the big point. So if you can get these talking points, that'll be awesome. I guarantee you, most people watching this probably won't remember the stuff that we tell you guys because of the hopium effect, but it is what it is. Now, there's 23 of you guys in here. If you guys want us to give you more alpha, if you guys want us to dive deep, talk about any of your altcoins, chart anything, the best thing you can do is share this live stream out. The more people we get in here, the more stuff we talk about. The less people in here, the less stuff we talk about. You know, last live stream we were seeing at was at like 110, 120, and we could have talked about more stuff and gone longer, but we decided not to because there's less people. So that is the
Yeah.
best way for us to get motivated. So I'll
Well,
leave it up
the
to you
truth is,
guys.
bro, we talked about this. The truth is, there's a lot more streamers now. There's a lot more content out there on TitanX for you guys to view. We've given you everything for 7, 8 months. We,
Yeah.
we've we've given you guys analysis for free out of the goodness of our heart. So I mean, we didn't get anything in return for that, right? And I'm telling you guys this right now because you will see Chris and I disappear, and then you may see us reemerge in a major way. And I just want you guys to know that, because we appreciate everybody that's been here since day one, and the people that are here as the numbers begin to dwindle down and people begin to plug into all the things that are going to be going on into this market. And we're going to be doing the same thing. We got things to concentrate on.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you can't be good at everything, and you need to focus on one thing. So me and Trey Souls, we're focused on trading and being technical analysts on the chart. That is our little spear within crypto, within financial markets, just within financial assets in general. So that is what we're shooting for. So all right, guys, good stuff. So let's talk about AlienX and let's talk about Morpheus, and then we'll just get into some charts. Just go right into it.
Boom. Let's go. Jumping right in.
Yeah. So what's going on with AlienX right now? Share this. Actually, I'm gonna do this so we can actually see the screen. Yeah, that's a lot better. Look at that. We got like a full screen, so it's easier for people to see stuff. I think we need to do this for now on this setup.
Nice. Yeah, that works. That works.
So right now, Morpheus mid phase, negative 15% ROI.
AlienX. This
I mean,
AlienX.
AlienX. I'm sorry, AlienX. I'm sorry, I get mixed up. So we'll pull up the projects that we've been helping out with, and those are going to be our main projects in the TitanX ecosystem. We can't cover every single project; it's already a lot. If you guys want to know more about TitanX altcoins, go check out the Mo, Callum. Who else? There's other influencers talking about different projects, and there's like 20 of them coming out, and we can't cover every single one of them. Otherwise, we can't focus on charts. So, but the three that we're going to be mainly associated with: AlienX, Morpheus, and Matrix Token. AlienX, me and the homie Goo got put out. Morpheus, the homie Brandon put that out there, helped out with the branding stuff, and continue to push that and be part of that team. And then Matrix, that's the one that Mike Dean is behind. And I'm really excited for the Matrix come out because that's gonna be an awesome token, man. I'm really excited about that protocol. I can't tell you about the specifics behind it, but once you see I see it, that light bulb's gonna flash. You're like, dang, man, this is the coolest protocol ever. So TitanX was trading at right around peg, and then a little bit of a sell-off. So now it's down a little bit at negative 15%. Now let's just go through the burn, and actually let's start with the statistics and then we'll go through the burn. Uh-oh. Let me pull this back up. I think it's because of oh, don't want to click that. All right. So where are we sitting at right now? From taxes, the amount of time AlienX has been burned is about 2.22%. The core, which burns AlienX from the Inferno side, is about 3.5%. And the burn AlienX is about 9.35%. And the amount of liquid AlienX is 84.93%. So for this entire period of time, AlienX has been deflationary. So the token supply of AlienX has been slowly reducing over time. So based off of whether or not the mid phase is profitable or not, the token supply is constantly getting burned. And that's the key to understanding that. Now, the TitanX ecosystem had a little bit of a dip. Supposedly, we're going to go through hyperdeflationary tomorrow, whether that's buy and burn, Dragon X Vault gets activated, launch of X28. I don't know. Something big is supposedly going to be happening tomorrow. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that. Now, the core on this side, it's sitting at about 116 was that billion Inferno, which is about $250,000. And then the burn side, which is just from TitanX, it's sitting at about $112,000. So there's about $350,000 worth of assets that are being used to burn AlienX. Now, Trey Souls, you know what's really great about this $350,000?
I think there's a lot of great things about it. That it's a timed release. I think that's the and then a percentage release, which I think is really important.
Yeah. But the thing is, when we went through the first mid phase, it was the same $350,000. It's the same dollar amount we started off with, which means the Inferno side grew so much, the value of buy and burn went up versus TitanX.
Very nice. Okay, I like that. Okay.
So the main point I'm trying to get across is AlienX is a big leverage play on top of Inferno. Inferno is going to do its thing, and AlienX is always going to be tied to Inferno through this buy and burn. So what AlienX is betting on right now is that Inferno is going to do its thing, go absolutely bonkers, and then based off of that, that's where you're going to see the protocol start to do its thing and gain adoption in the foreseeable future. So the main point I'm just trying to get across with AlienX, you have like the Inferno Kingdom, you got Helios, you got Dragon X. Alien X is a bet on Inferno, just like Morpheus is a bet on Dragon X. And then Matrix is a bet on Hyper. That's how these things work. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I mean, truly, with MemeFi, it's practically like the function of an if-then statement. Like, you have to have two different things happen here. So, obviously, TitanX, Inferno's to play on TitanX, AlienX to play on Inferno. But we're not going to see AlienX do well unless Inferno does well. Like, it has to be this way. So, these are the two variables that must be in play. And it's an if then statement when it comes to MemeFi, because we know that if Inferno goes, AlienX will go, and people are going to FOMO the crap out of this chart.
Right. Yeah. I definitely I can't speculate on price, but you can. And yeah, when it comes to, Alien X, these things take time, and we're going through the first 8-week mint phase. And then after that 8-week mint phase, it's going to be capped, and then there's going to be a buy and burn for the foreseeable future. So I think ultimately, once we start to see the TitanX ecosystem do its thing and slowly start getting adoption, you're going to see that adoption transpire through all these projects. You see what I'm getting across here?
Yeah, I absolutely do, bro. It's just definitely going to be a network effect.
Yes, sir. So definitely, it's definitely really exciting stuff to see. And the one thing I will say is, projects, the best TitanX projects I've seen always came out of nowhere. Like Volt did its thing and absolutely blew up. Man, I do not know why this thing keeps doing this. Um Dragon X, a lot of people thought was gone for about, I think it was it like 4 or 5 months, and then it came out of nowhere. So I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised, like Baby Dragon X came out of nowhere. Inferno came out of nowhere. So I wouldn't be surprised, man. It takes TitanX to do a pump, and then that pump translates across the board. So awesome stuff. Now coming over here to the AlienX token. So if we price it versus TitanX, this thing has been slowly gaining a price floor versus TitanX. And earlier on this week, from its original low to that top, it did about a 2.4x. So the main point I'm trying to say is, with Alien X and what it's doing right now, you are seeing this curved up momentum coming across the board. So what's showing you is that the supply is deflationary, and sooner or later it's going to hit that hyper deflationary that's going to be alongside TitanX. Does that make sense?
100%, bro.
Yeah. So when it comes to looking at TitanX projects, you can look at the price, but keep in mind the main LP is going to be with TitanX. So the main thing you got to look at with these TitanX projects is what's it doing on the ratio side versus TitanX. Because if it's trading really closely to TitanX, you're going to see similar price chart dynamics to TitanX. But the way to differentiate the quality of the project is based off the peg. Does that make sense?
That's all I look at now.
Yeah. So that's how we really read a lot of these charts. Everyone's like, "What do you think about this project? What do you think about that project?" And I was like, "Let me just check the ratio, because you can do all the trade patterns you want, but it's very hard to see one of these products do a crazy breakout unless TitanX is doing its thing." So good stuff. All right. So that is AlienX, guys. If you're interested in participating in the mid phase, it is open. Um, keep in mind all the TitanX is going to be used to benefit the project protocol in the future. And then week 8 is going to be on December, where we cap the supply and then just let the burn keep going. So there's still plenty of TitanX and Inferno that's going to be used to burn AlienX in the foreseeable future. Now let's talk about Morpheus, because dude, Morpheus is absolutely crushing it, man. So
Let's go.
this is the other protocol that we're going to be talking about a bunch. Absolutely love them. I absolutely love Morpheus. I love this website, dude. It's so cool. Like Rag's team, man, did such a great job with this
The
website.
white paper, the website, everything, man. They went all out.
Yeah, let me get rid of some website. Let me get rid of some tabs. All right. So let's go to the mint and burn, and we'll just go through some statistics. All right. So the amount of Morpheus that's been minted, it's about 2 trillion. 2.63% of the Morpheus supply has already been burned. So keep in mind that buys DragonX and it's used to burn Morpheus. Buy and burn has 1.45 trillion TitanX. So that's about 1.2 million. And the ticket holders, man, it's looking really good. Where's the lottery? I swear. There's like a, what's the lottery amount? I don't know why I'm not seeing lottery. All right. I need to find the lottery amount. I saw Facing Route in there. Maybe you can point it out. But so basically there is a lottery where you can be
212 billion.
212 billion. Okay. Why am I not seeing this? Am I blind or something? Okay. Well,
Under the burn wheel.
under the burn wheel. Okay. Under the burn wheel.
Maybe that's mint and burn. Oh, there it is. There. Yeah. 219 now, he said. Yep. Sorry, bro. You're right.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what I was looking at
219.
earlier. I was confused. All right. Yeah. So there's 219 billion TitanX. There's going to be 10 wallets selected. Each of the tickets that you get from minting Morpheus will be used inside this lottery. So, hey, man, there's a good chance that 10 people's lives are going to change dramatically just from this protocol. So, love what I'm seeing with Morpheus. And then now, let's go check out the Morpheus chart right here. And this is the big thing. So, measuring Morpheus and just looking at the price chart. So, you see the price chart trading sideways. It's because of the TitanX price action. And we'll get into what's going on with TitanX. But the big thing you want to look at is the ratio versus DragonX. Came down,
Interesting.
trading sideways. So what this is telling me is that at one point, we can even go right here. It did about a 2x versus DragonX. So the main point I'm trying to say is if you're a big DragonX guy, Morpheus is going up versus DragonX. You see what I'm getting at here? So if you're in Morpheus, you're making a bet on DragonX. So your goal is to use Morpheus to make more DragonX, and your goal of DragonX is to make more TitanX. So the main point I'm trying to say is that's what Morpheus is designed to do. There's going to be an aggregator. They got the buy and burn. There's $1 million in the buy and burn that's going to be spread out. So a lot of the supply is going to be burned into the foreseeable future. So that's why I like Morpheus. I think DragonX is a great protocol and it gained a lot of adoption, but now we got altcoins on top of DragonX. And what makes the most sense is to pick on a beta play for DragonX. You see what I'm getting across?
Yeah, I mean, look at the ratio. It's reminiscent to me of what we're looking at with AlienX. Very interesting. And it looks like now is the opportunity in these two very similar charts. With Morpheus, I'm curious. I understand it's an aggregator, but in essence, is it also MemeFi?
Yeah. Essentially. Um,
What
when I
are
was
any of these protocols without artwork?
Yeah, exactly. That's where you get the marketing from. That's where you get the branding from. You know, I think the thing about Morpheus, it plays into everyone talking about the Matrix on top of TitanX is Jake is into numerology and astrology. We're big numerology astrology guys. We talk about it all the time. So I think the big point I'm trying to get across is with this type of branding, it's going to go a long way. And everybody knows Morpheus. Everybody knows Aliens, Matrix on top of Hyper. Everybody knows the Matrix movie, so it all just makes sense. So
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, man. I mean, you got all these elements starting to combine together, and because traditionally companies, they want a refined and polished look, but this is like art-driven DAOs, and so very interesting, man.
yes, sir. So yeah, guys, please check out Morpheus. Another great protocol. Really, really big fan of it. So good stuff. All right, now let's just look at TitanX TA. Let's get into the TA.
TA all day.
All right. What do we got going on right now? Looks like we have a confirmed breakdown. I'm going to get rid of this golden cross. All right. So I saw Trader Lee. Trader Lee on Twitter.
I do.
So he basically did a triangle similar to what we have here, and then he drew it out something like this, right? He came up, he said, okay, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna break out. That's basically what he was saying. So he was just following Elliott wave theory. Now, here's the thing about Elliott wave theory. So when you come up and you touch each top and bottom, these are based on percentages. If I go back here, man, and oh, what am I doing? If I go back here and I just take a look at these Elliott wave triangles that form, like for example, this one came in, came down, came in, hit B, and then hit C, but then dragged all the way along and then came up and then skyrocket up. These triangles aren't going to be exact. We had a wick that, well, let me turn off the EMAs. I'm sorry. It's probably harder to see. So you have a wick that came down right here, came up, blasted up, and then just started trading sideways like that. So the main point I'm just trying to get across is when it comes to these Elliott wave triangles, they're not going to be exact, and there's always going to be some where you have breakdowns. And the reason why I know that you can use Elliott wave triangles for the TitanX price chart, I'll give you guys some alpha because nobody figured this out except me and Trey Souls. The best way to really figure out how to do TA on all these TitanX altcoins, if you guys just come over and type in Atropa right here. Come on. Oh man, my browser is just slow today, dude. That's the one thing that sucks about living near the beach and having slow Wi-Fi. Like the ocean water is awesome. Yeah, the water, the ocean water is awesome, but on the flip side, you got terrible Wi-Fi. It's never good. It's never like the city Wi-Fi. We need to get that 5G. Fry the DNA. You know what I'm saying,
Dude? Yeah, bro. Turn on the control switch.
that was a joke. Don't sue
Yeah,
us.
that was a joke. Haha, Kamala for president. Oh, is that over yet?
Is that over yet?
Oh,
All right. So check this out. Everyone goes into this chart right here and they're like, "Oh my god. Look at all these descending triangles." And then they basically just break out. Well, in reality, these aren't actually descending triangles. They're actually closer to Elliott wave triangles. And let's just break down one of these, all right? So if I come over here, you're going to look at this and be like, all right, this is a descending triangle. Now I'm going to go down the 4-hourly on Atropa. Actually, first off, for those guys who don't know, Atropa, it's just a massive liquidity web with PDI. And what it's doing is it's adding a bunch of value behind the PDI token so that when PDI starts to do its thing and run, it stores value behind it so that PDI can main peg. That's the theory behind it. Whether it's going to come to fruition, I'm not really sure. Now, if you come over here, you can identify as like, okay, this is easily an Elliott wave triangle. And this is a contracting Elliott wave triangle. That means the triangle is getting smaller. Now, if I come in here and I put in, I believe it was A, B, C, D. So our start point's right here. Then we go up here to B. Then we come down here to C. Then we come up here to D. And then we come down here and we touch right around E. What this is showing is anytime money gets pumped into the Tropy ecosystem, it goes up, flows in, this sells down, comes back out, flows in, and it does this wave coming across, and then it consolidates, and then boom, next one. And then you come over here and you say, wow, look at this. It's a beautiful cup and handle. Cup and handle. And then you can measure that breakout right here. So you come down here, trace up here. And then bring up here, and then boom, we basically hit that cup and handle.
Nice. I see what you're getting at.
You see, we hit that cup and handle breakout to a T. So when you look at PDI and Atropa, you're just like, okay, this stuff works for it because there's so many tokens behind Atropa. There's like BFF. What's another one? Man, Poppy.
Poppy. There's all kinds of TSFI.
Yeah. So go.
The list goes
Go ahead.
on and on.
So the main point I'm trying to say is what these Elliott wave triangles do is they come in and they measure this stuff. Now here's a time where an Elliott wave triangle did not work out, and the 4 hourly is probably not the best one to use. It'll make more sense on the daily because you can do this on the daily, the 4 hourly, the 1 hourly. There's multiple ways to do this, right? So if I come over here and we take a look at this, by definition, it is a funky looking contracting Elliott wave triangle, but by definition, you can make a case for it being one. So we go 0, come up here, we go to B, C, D, and then we get to point E about right here, right? So right when we got to about point E, it actually broke down. Trey's sideways, show you an Adam and Eve came up, try to break out of it, and then broke down. So the reason for this exercise, guys, and what I'm trying to get across is when you have an Elliott wave triangle, it is more likely to be an indicator of bullish price action than bearish price action, but it can still be a bearish case. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're experiencing at the end of the TX chart right now.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I can go back and point out all of these Elliott wave triangles. They're not hard to, point out. And you can do the same trace. You can do it here and then just keep going across. So let me go back to let's go back to TitanX. I'm gonna click back. No. All right. Cool. All right, so we're back on TitanX. So the main point I'm trying to say is we're having a potential breakdown. Now that we're breaking down on this contracting wave triangle for TitanX, what are we looking for? So we just started the new day on this chart, which means we broke down here. And the question is, with this breakdown, this new red candle, where does this close? So we have about 22 more hours to see where this closes. And if it closes here, so we have a breakdown and we have another close down, that's 1. And then we get a second close down on the following day, that's 2. That will invalidate the Elliott wave triangle. So we need 2 candles to confirm a breakdown. Does that make sense?
No, it definitely does.
So the main point, whoa, we just got a big sell. I kind of want to see that. Let's see.
Wow.
We just had, hold on, let's see this. We just had a whale sell 71K.
Yeah, I think it'll probably wick back up to 0.88 pretty soon, but dang, bro.
Bro, right on live stream. That's crazy. So the main point I'm trying to say is, you did see this breakdown, but keep in mind, this could be one of these little wicks right here. And the point I'm just trying to get across is we got one candle coming down, and then we'll get a potential another candle. And if that candle comes up back into the triangle, we're back in business. If we get another daily close, then on the daily, this triangle has been invalidated. And then we go back down and we look at this. Now, what am I seeing on the overall charts? So we got 3 Elliott wave triangles, and then we have a potential breakdown on this chart. So I want to keep this Elliott wave triangle here because that's going to be good to track in the bass. The other thing I want to point out is right here, at this point right here, if I bring this across, this little teal line, this is a massive magnet right here, okay? And then on this teal line right here as well, another massive magnet. So you have 2 magnets on the TitanX price chart. And so this is actually a healthy retest of the magnet, which also coincides with the top of an Elliott wave bear triangle that we had formerly. So it's a breakdown and then a nice, beautiful retest coming down. So main point I'm just trying to say is I won't really worry about it too much for right now. Let's wait for the 2 candle confirmations. And the one thing I don't want to see, so we basically hit this magnet right here at 6 zeros and 8, and then also something on the bear side. We have 6 zeros and a 5. That's also within play because we do have to come back down and we could test this magnet out and keep going. So yeah, man, that's what I'm thinking on the daily right now. And the one thing I do not want to see also happen is if it comes down here and then forms another little mound right here, that would be a head and shoulders, which means we're probably going to go down a little bit lower. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. The M, that big matrix M, bro.
Yeah, bro. You don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. So I would just let it play out, man. And supposedly something's going to happen tomorrow. So, and here's the deal. I'll make this clear. If something big happens tomorrow, it might be good for the TitanX ecosystem. Any new development, any announcement or whatnot. If nothing happens tomorrow, then it's gonna get bad. You see what I'm saying? Because I've seen this happen before, where you give people like really high expectations, and then nothing happens, and then you see what I'm getting at? You see what I'm getting at here?
Well, yeah, I mean, November 8th has definitely been lauded as a special day. So maybe something drops tomorrow. I mean, seeing that, how Jake has marketed thus far, I think, he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders when it comes to these types of things. But yeah, we can only speculate at to this point. We don't know. We don't have the alpha. All we know is that we got to watch these charts.
Yeah. I can tell there's a lot of people down right now because our views are a little bit lower than usual because there's about 54 of you guys in here. So if you guys want more alpha, please consider sharing the space out and hitting that like button. But I think the main point I'm just trying to say is, pay special attention tomorrow. Hopefully something big comes out. But if nothing comes out, there's a good chance it's not going to look good because I saw this on, you remember Omikami?
Omikami, I was just about to say that if you didn't bring it up.
Like Omikami was saying something big's gonna happen on his birthday, and then nothing happened on the birthday, and the chart just went straight down.
Yeah, people are pissed. They get mad when you give them expectations because people want quick gains here, and they expect on a day like that's over. It's hyped up that they're gonna have the potential to get some gains, man.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So nothing much to worry about. Now let's just take a look at the MACD. All right. So, ooh, this is actually interesting. Check this out. So the RSI right now, it's actually saying this thing's really oversold. I don't know if this is a trustworthy. Let's see. The last time it got this low was at the bottom, dude. Check this out. I don't know if you can see it here. Let me bring this up. Here, let me
There could
put.
be, I've thought there could be something that's being orchestrated right now that we're not thinking about. I mean, could people be
Well,
selling out of TitanX into something else like Hyper right now?
yeah. Well, hold on. We'll look at that in a second, but um, that could be a possibility. So I'll check Hyper in a minute. But I think the main point I'm just trying to say is the last time the RSI got this low, dude, it was before that initial run up. You see what I'm saying? You see that? We
Which
got
would indicate we're about to see a freaking explosion.
yeah, this is crazy because like check this out right here. There is a trend line for the bottoms right here.
Wow.
You see that?
Yeah.
So we broke that trend line down. So when we come back up, that's when we could see a potential bottom. But yeah, man, the last time we got this low was at the bottom with the RSI. So this is saying it's a severely oversold. Now the other thing I want to point out right here at the top, these two lines start spreading apart and then came across right here. So what we need to see is the 12 and 26 come in a little bit closer together, like right here. I want to see this 12 start to curl up and then curl up. And then when that happens, that's going to be a reversal. So you're saying check out Hyper.
Oh, I'm just trying to think, is there, you know, what plays could people be making with large bags of TitanX the night before hyperdeflation? That's the real question.
It could just be a washout, dude. I don't think there's any plays because keep in mind this is all set with this is all paired up with TitanX. So if TitanX is bad, all the products do bad. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the main point I'm just trying to get across is this could just be a washout. And there is one camp when it comes to TitanX where nothing happens tomorrow, and then it's just a massive bloodbath. and then we start to see the new stuff, or something pops off. X28 Dragon X starts buying and burning, starts using that ETH to buy and burn its token, and then go absolutely crazy. That would be pretty big. But I mean, right now, what this is showing me is a lot of people are exiting the ecosystem. So, and this could also be a potential whale capitulation too, because 74,000, that is a lot. Like, let me look at that. Look at that. It
Yeah.
bought 1 million. I don't know. Is that an R bot? All right, I need to double check that. This thing says it's bought 1 million and then sold 1.4. So I need to double check that. But yeah, man, this definitely does look like a whale capitulation, and they made 400,000 from what I'm seeing right now. So cool. All right, man. Well, like I said, dude, wait for a confirmation of the breakdown. We gave you guys our targets, and we hit one of our targets on the live stream, which is actually pretty cool. Now let's look at the weekly real quick, because the daily can be very, very misconceiving. But let's look at the weekly. Let me get rid of all this.
Shit, 3 stars to the south.
So keep in mind, don't worry about this candle because this started like 2 hours ago. I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
this is Thursday. I'm sorry, this is Thursday, so we still have 2 days. So I want to worry about. This thing this thing came down a little bit more. So this thing's coming down a little bit more. So we came up, topped out, bearish engulfing candle, followed by another red candle, and then followed by today. So I think overall, man, if you look on the weekly so far, this actually looks pretty cool. We had 12 weekly green candles, and we have 1, 2, 3 weekly red candles. So I
Gotta
wouldn't
have
worry
some
about it.
kind of retest, man.
Yeah, and
And
also go ahead.
I'm just thinking it's got to be expected too right now while Bitcoin is starting to do what it's doing. I mean, there's players, large cap players that are looking at things right now and saying, am I smartest here, or is Bitcoin going to go to $200,000, $300,000. Like that's the reality of the situation right now. So the competition in the market is real, and hopefully this is just like you said, a washout before something big tomorrow. I think the RSI is telling, and if we still got confidence in this thing after tomorrow, um, that's going to be good as far as sentiment, not us having confidence. I mean, obviously we're going to be here for the long haul, but I'm talking about market sentiment.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't worry about too much the price action right now. But yeah, I agree with you, man, with the sentiment and whatnot. Definitely a nice little washout. Let's look at the monthly. Yeah, so monthly at 1, 2, 3 green candles. And we're on the 7th day of this month. So you can't really count this one. It looks bad right now, but we still have like 3 more weeks in this month. So on the monthly, we have 3 white soldiers coming up. So the thing looks absolutely beautiful. And then we had a beautiful doji on July. So it's looking phenomenal. So like I said, guys, I ain't too worried. But I will say, if there's no announcement tomorrow, that would be the craziest washout. I'm just saying. I don't know why I'm laughing. So, all
It's all
right.
fun and games in the crypto world, baby.
No, you remember that one time we were on the beach on 4th of July? It's all fun and games until it's not all fun and games.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be an epic quote for the end of this market.
Yeah, man. I was with Trey Souls. We were chilling, just watching fireworks, and just out of the blue, he looks at me. He's like, "It's all fun and games till it's not all fun and games." And in the minute when he said the ending of that quote, his face just drops, and he looks like he was just about to like jack someone up and just like destroy them. It was like
Well, look,
it was the crazy, bro. You had like the rooster energy switch. You were like all happy, and then you got so serious so quickly. I was like, I've never seen anything like that.
I said it's all fun and games until it's not.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth. People were frolicking about, but it was kind of like that meme where the guy's standing in the corner and he's watching everybody party and he's like, they don't know they don't know the Bitcoin halved this year. They don't have enough TitanX. Like it was that type of thinking, bro.
Yeah, I remember you posted one of that with like Justin Bieber after that huge scandal a couple months ago. You posted it on the Twitter. Damn, no F's given. I was like, damn, dude, Trey don't give no shit. But
Look,
yeah,
I'm trying to advocate for little Justin, man. That guy's been through a lot, So it's sad for that guy, but
yeah. Shout out to Jay Beebs, man,
yeah.
homie. So, all
Bieber,
right,
you can still get into DeFi. We will help you. We'll be your personal advisors, Bieber.
bro, Bieber, we'll give you DeFi fever. I got you. So.
Let's go.
Oh man, yeah, and Guga's laughing. Yeah, I gave Guga the lowdown on how roosters work, man. So like I said, man, yeah, one of his family members is an absolute rooster, and the thing about roosters is they're loyal, but also they go from 0 to 100 real quick. You do not ever want to piss off a rooster because rooster energy is one of those energies where it goes crazy. And I'll tell you one thing: most criminals are roosters.
But
Think about that.
I should have been in jail. But we're really really nice and fun. Like yo soy divertido until you really disrespect us, bro. And when you cross the line of disrespect, it's like fighting immediately. Like we want to fight right now. We're good. We like fisticuff. Like that's how we like to get down. But hey, whatever. That's roosters just fight, dude. They're cocks.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. All right. Bitcoin or altcoins first? What are you thinking? Or altcoins
Gotta
slash meme coins. What are you thinking?
Let's okay, we're at 49 minutes. We're about an hour in. Let's start talking about Bitcoin. Let's see if we can get some more people in here talking about this Bitcoin thing. This Bitcoin thing
Yeah,
we're seeing.
here's the deal. If we can get above like 150 viewers tonight, we'll give you guys. We'll go through every single one of our meme coins and altcoins. If not, we'll only go through like 4 or 5 of them, or maybe 3 or 4, and then we'll let you guys wait till next week, and then we'll give them to you. We'll give them to you in pieces because a lot of these meme coins that we found, we got some info on that no one else has. So it's like we don't do things out of emotion. We do everything based on logic, research, and the people we know. Because it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And that's the key. Your
Yeah.
connections really give you an upper edge. All right.
Straight up. And you couldn't that couldn't be better advice coming from crypto streamers, crypto opinion leaders that we've become. And I was reading a tweet today, Chris. I think crypto influencers. I'm making a bold prediction now. Crypto influencers are going to be some of the most valuable people in this upcoming market, and because people are just going to be so hungry to get in. And those that diversify in their knowledge of crypto influence and they stream, they are going to be paying themselves dividends by spending their time digitally streaming and running a digital service.
Love it, man. Hey, man. Great analysis. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree.
It's going to be
Streamers.
huge, bro. I'm just going to let y'all know this thing's going to blow up like crazy. The verse is going to be huge.
Yes, sir. I agree. All right. Now let's start on let's start on the weekly time frame and then we'll go down. All right. So what's going on with yeah, look at this, dude. So oh man, I love this format. Just having the full screen with it back. Now we can really see it. Because at first I was like, man, you can't really see it when you like zoom in, zoom out and stuff. Now I like this because I like this format with the beige in the back and then the red and the green candles. Like it's really appealing to the eyes. I don't like the black or I don't like the white in the background. I don't know. Maybe I'm just
I
weird.
honestly, this is so good, bro. No, I agree 100%. Aesthetically, I love this chart. Cream is easy on the eyes, bro. Way
Yeah,
better
that's
than
what.
that hot white.
Yeah, the hot white, bro. I don't know why people do that, but it is what it is. I just like I need to figure out something with this. You know what I'm saying? Actually, yeah, like you see how it goes in like black lines and stuff. But well, that's a that's an issue for another day. All right, so what's going on with Bitcoin on the weekly? This is a clear breakout, man. I would not be surprised if this comes up here and gets into 80K on Monday. If we hit that 80K on Monday, bro, whoo, banana zone, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. But I do believe if we hit 80K, there is going to be a correction and then a retest of this all-time high, which is about 70, what was it, like 76, 76, 73? I can't remember. What? Oh, let me go on the.
70,
I'm sorry. Yo, this is bothering me, dude. Let me go in the daily. What's that all-time high? Come on. Come on. All-time high was about 70, we'll say 74. So if there's a good chance we have to go up, break out, retest that breakout, especially on the weekly, and then maybe just do a nice, beautiful W on out, and then continue on the up only phase of the bull market. So, like I said, guys, we did give you that 80K target right here, and that is the target that a lot of people are expecting. So there's a good chance that it could come up here, front run it a little bit. So that's why we put these little candles here down a little bit lower, because it could get front run and sold off a little bit sooner, or it could go a little bit higher and then take people out, come down, because that's how shorts are. Once we get that confirmation, then that'll set us up for the next up only zone. So I think for the rest of this year, I'm gonna call it right now, we'll probably see Bitcoin go through its banana phase. We'll have a couple red days on the daily here and there, but we're gonna see a lot of green and a lot of money rushing in. Plus, we had the Federal Reserve meeting today, which is talking about cutting back interest rates. So when you cut interest rates back, I'm not going to get into the details about it. You're allowing rich people to borrow more money. When they can borrow more money, that's more money in circulation, which means there's more money in circulation where people just put into digital assets. Does that make sense?
more money into the markets, baby. More money into the people's pocket.
Yes, sir. So beautiful breakout of this bull flag. We have one candle. I want to see another weekly candle, and then we can get rid of this bull flag, and then I can get rid of all these lines down here, and we'll call it good. I'm probably going to get rid of this magnet. We don't need that anymore. We did test that magnet, so I'm going to get rid of this one. Don't need that one anymore. And then what else are we going to get rid of? Get rid of this. Don't need
We're
this.
cleaning up in real time, folks. This
Yes,
is
sir.
this is sweeping up the joint before you close the doors.
Yep. And then this line was, I believe, the previous all-time high right here. So that's good to go. This one, we're going to move this up here to that retest target. So retest target is going to be about 74,000. And we're looking pretty good to go, man. So yeah, nice little cleanup, looking beautiful. And then how long did we go down for? How long was the bottom out? So we did about negative 32% in about 21 weeks. I don't know how many days that is, but how many? 21 times 7 was that, like 147 days?
Yes, correct.
All right. So I'm gonna change that. So let's take a look at the daily. Let's see, we got that. Oh, boom. Very close. About 145 days. And that was negative 32%. Negative 32%. 145 days. Boom. Yeah, so it looks like we're averaging a drop down. Yeah, it looks like we're averaging a drop down between 20 to 32%. So just some good data to keep in mind. All right, so in the daily, what are we seeing? So we came in, test that bull flag, broke out. And let's look, let me expand this out a little bit so you guys can see what I'm saying. So we came down, tested off that bull flag, broke out, massive bullish engulfing candle. Then we had a doji. All right, so the doji, that could be an indicator of a reversal. And then we have another green candle. What I want to see with this next candle is I want to see a beautiful green candle that shoots up to 80. If this comes down here and gets red halfway, that could be the evening star, which means we have to retest the flag and the breakout. So I would be careful about the close tomorrow, because if we get halfway down, that could be bearish, and we test that top of the flag. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, so want to see that and then just come up, hit 80K. So overall, man, the daily looks good, man. We already tested the flag, came back, did a retest, and then yeah, man, good to go. I just don't want to see another test down the flag, because that tends to happen. Any thoughts on that?
It looks like, I mean, if we don't test down on the flag, it's Wing on out, and the price predictions are on point, and yeah, pretty much been on point for months.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we got, what was that? The all-time high right here. So yeah, what I want to see this come up, come down, test the all-time high, bounce up, W on out. So yeah, man, good stuff. And let's take a look at the monthly real quick. See what the monthly looks like. Yeah, man, look at that. We told you guys about the McRib. Monthly close, McRib, and then now we got another green candle. Actually, this is actually going to be pretty interesting. Let's take a look at the U.S. election on the monthly. This is also another interesting thing to take a look at. So bullish. So it's saying 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 was that doji. So after the U.S. election 2020, it was 4 monthly green candles. 2016 election, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 monthly green candles. And then boom. Now let's take a look at, I'm just going logarithmic real quick. Oh, actually, I don't want to go log. Never mind. So 4, 10, and then take a look at this one real quick. Was this candle green? That was green. Okay. Was this one green? Yes. Okay. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, followed by, okay, so that first pop was 6 monthly green candles. So we have 4, 10, and then 6. And then after that 4, we had a 1, a 2, a 3, and then a 4. So did I
Huge.
say 6 right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 10. And then I said 10 on the 2016. And then we had, let's look at 2020 again, because we did have that double top. So this double top's really confusing. So 10 and then 10. And then after this one, we had 4, 5, 6, 7, and then came up here. Yeah, so here's what I'm thinking for the US election. So the US election happened right here in November. So I would imagine we do something like we have a green candle here, and then December, green, January, green, February, green, and then March. So was that December, January, February, and then March could be another green candle or a doji. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it could form like a little bit of a doji, come back down, and then we do a potential double top scenario like we see right here. So yeah, man. So I think for the rest of the year, man, it's just gonna be green monthly candles. Any thoughts on that?
Green monthly candles and a potential pullback in March, folks. That's hot alpha right there. We're just looking back, going back on the chart, looking at what history did, and understanding that we are in a new time of the market. So unprecedented market moves could be happening too. So just pay attention, pay close attention, not financial advice. Um,
Yeah.
are you about to go over another part of this chart?
Well, the one thing I want to say is when I talk about that March pullback, quote unquote, it's gonna look something like this, a doji. So it's gonna go up and then have like a doji coming down. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's this is all speculation, but I think the most part is, the next 3 to 4 months are gonna be green. That's a big point. What were you gonna say?
No, that's it. That's perfect. I was just curious if you were planning on looking at the MACD.
Yes.
I got a question.
How do I get no background? All right. Hold on. Let me get this taken care of. This bother me. Get rid of that. All right. So you said MACD.
Yeah.
What time frame?
The hang on, let me look.
Well, monthly we're having a breakout. Ooh, this is interesting. So
I
right,
want to
go ahead.
yeah, the daily, but yeah, go ahead and do your analysis there real quick on the sorry, I had to look at my other tab on the
All right.
monthly.
So what I'm seeing on the monthly, when we had that, when we started coming up on that little local top, the MACD on that 12 started coming down. You see how it started like scooping down a little bit right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little formation of bearish divergence, and then it comes across here, tops out, so double tops, and then right here, when you see these two cross, that was actually your the time to get out of the market. So the main point I'm trying to say is, this came up, it started coming down a little bit, but when we start to see like this line where it's flattening out right here, that's going to be like the warning sign. This is going to be one of the warning signs to look at. Um, so you said daily.
Yeah.
So on the daily, we just had a bullish divergence. Let,
And
let me look at. I need to look at the RSI, because if you're going to do the MACD, you need to look at the RSI as well. Well, the RSI, I mean, yeah. Here's the thing about this part of the market, and I was watching a show earlier. You see how you see how the MACD is sitting really, really high right here?
Mm-hmm. For the
So,
RSI?
I mean, the RSI.
Uh-huh.
So when the RSI sits really, really high like that, it's going to stay up there because we're in peak euphoria phase. So when you're seeing the 76.4 and we start entering, I would probably say right around the 78, 70 to the 80 phase. That's when we're going to get into the peak euphoria part of the market. Let me look. Actually, let me go back. Let me give you the exact. Yeah, I'm sorry. You'll be in the peak euphoria phase right about once you get up into the 80s. And it's going to stay there for a little bit, especially on the weekly, the daily, and whatnot.
Okay, now I got a question for you there. On the MACD, I see, and tell me if I'm wrong. I see a head and shoulders and then an inverse head and shoulders.
Where? Like where? Like right here?
Yes.
So this is, you can say this is an inverse head and shoulders right here. Yes. Where do you see the head and shoulders?
Well, I was thinking more to the left, the head down below the line, below the midline.
Right here.
Yeah,
That's a,
head.
so that's a shoulder, that's a head, and that's a shoulder
Yes.
bullish.
Yes. So I put a tweet out about that today about I did some math and created a ratio that gave me a price target based upon the inverse head and shoulders on the MACD, and it put Bitcoin right around 198K for the top. So that is kind of what I was looking at because sitting in a new uncharted area for the MACD at this price point. So I
Wait.
was
Hold on. How did you do a price target off of the MACD?
I had to convert. I had to do the target MACD divided by the current MACD times the price on the MACD, which is 5555, and then 2147 times 76,000. So it was a formula that I used that I put together. I used an AI to help me create this formula, and that's where it put my price target. So I was looking at that and thinking that was pretty
Hold on.
interesting. See, because I look back at some of the previous Head and Shoulders as well, and they were just all a lot smaller on the
Wait,
MACD.
hold on. So an AI model gave you this formula?
Well, I talked with it for a minute and told it basically what I wanted, and then it told me what I needed parameter wise to be able to understand how to convert what I was looking at on the MACD to the price. And so that's what it did. It just basically gave me all the inputs, and I gave the inputs to it.
And you said 198,000.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's comp. Yeah, hey man, you need to send that over to me. That's crazy because I need
Yeah,
to look at that.
it's it's my most recent tweet. I'll retweet it on the verse right now, and you can just look at how I charted out both of the head and shoulders prior to that inverse head and shoulders, and I just retweeted it. So if you want to pull it up and just look at it, you can. I just reposted on the
Uh,
verse.
yeah, we'll pull it up and then we gotta keep it moving. Um, BTC price, target MACD divided by current MACD times price. Path validated by inverse head and shoulders plus momentum divergence. Wow. All right, man. Well, let's see. Let's see if it comes to fruition. That's some crazy. That's some high level stuff, man.
Thanks,
Love it,
G. I appreciate it. I've been in the trenches grinding, dude.
bro. If you hit that on the head, bro, that's gonna be the most legendary tweet I've ever seen. So,
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
all right, I'm that deserves a like. All right, well, cool. All right, well, let's talk about. We need to talk about what's going on with Ethereum. So everyone's like, Ethereum's breaking out. We're about to go crazy. Well, yes, it is. But you guys are looking at the wrong Ethereum price chart.
ETH BTC, let's go. Come on.
I put out a tweet. right here. You know, Ethereum can go up, but it can still go down versus Bitcoin. Everything's priced based on Bitcoin. So you want to look at these assets based on how they perform versus Bitcoin. If they break out versus Bitcoin, then there's a money rotation in it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I put out man, we tweet a lot. All right. I put this out. ETH may hit a bullish divergence on the daily. If the reversal is confirmed, we might see Ethereum to BTC ratio increase. ERC20s might start to pump right here. We had
Let's
a
go.
divergence coming across, and now everybody's talking
Called it.
about Ethereum. So, what I'm saying, why I'm saying there's a divergence, if I come over here and we look at the RSI, we basically broke out of a downtrend, came up, try to break out, broke down, trade sideways, and then boom, clear breakout. On top of that, the MACD started touching right here, and we had a cross right there on the MACD. Because we had that cross, there's a good chance that this might be the start of the Ethereum run, which means
Let's go.
it might be go time, man. It might be go time. So if you look at this, green, we're looking at 3 white soldiers. Could come up here, trade sideways again, inverse head shoulders. See you later. Now let's take a look at the weekly. Look at that. Doji, bullish engulfing candles. So what I want to see on the weekly is if this can get a little bit higher, let's hit like 0.04. That could be the confirmation of a potential reversal, and then we do our thing, man. So I think what's happening right now is Ethereum, the price. Oh, let me get the correct setup. I personally think what's happening right now is Ethereum's price has been suppressed for so long. We're starting to see the market factor it back in because it's been flooded. A lot of people are saying Ethereum's old, it's dead, blah blah blah. I hear all this crazy stuff. Most of the institutional money is in Ethereum. If you ever want to make money, invest where the rich people put their money. Where are the rich people putting their money in? They're putting it into Ethereum. Now you ask yourself, okay, well, the gas fees and the technology, yada, yada, yada. Well, if you guys go and you look up stuff about DARPA, there's a document that talks about how when they introduce new technologies, they purposely set them up to be really, really glitchy and really, really terrible to use so that it's much more difficult for the public to adopt. And then over time, they flip a switch and they start increasing the user experience and make it much more user friendly so people will adopt it. I'll give you a great example. Cell phones. When you first got a cell phone, these things were awful. You had like a really big brick, you had to put it away, and you brought it to school. They thought you were a drug dealer because only drug dealers could afford them. And they kept them stalled for a minute. And then next thing you know, in the snap of fingers, they come out the iPhone. And now everybody's got one of these iPhones. You see what I'm getting at?
It's just like everything, dude. Just like everything. That especially when it has to do with getting the people to do what you want them to do.
Yeah. So I think the main point I'm trying to get across is I think they're waiting to roll it out. What do you say with Pulse Chain, like with Richard Hart? Like Pulse Chain, like what would you say the user friend experience is like?
Right now,
Hmm.
probably feels like the wild wild west to a lot of people.
No. Is Pulse Chain hard or easy to use?
Um well, I think in order to I don't think it's that I don't think it's that easy to use.
No, yeah. Pulse Chain is terrible to use. Well, because it's hard to do a swap, bridging takes forever.
Right. Like you have to know about
So
Ethereum before you can even
no,
touch
no,
Pulse Chain because you have to bridge in.
right. But that's not the point. The main point is it is not user friendly. Do you think Richard
Right.
Hart did that by design, or do you think it's because or do you think that's just how Pulsion is supposed to be?
I think he's probably he's gatekeeping himself because he knows where he wants his vision to go. And
Right.
and he knows it's going to take time, and so he's going to gatekeep and he's going to breadcrumb people along the way, and that's what he's going to give people to try to stay involved. And those that are loyal and smart and pick up on those breadcrumbs are going to last. And when we know that Metis is an L2 for Ethereum, we know all of these L2s are VC funded. We know that Ethereum is important globally. And it very well, when we're looking at
Hold on.
countries adopting Sol as having possibility of Sol having their own ETFs, other countries are going to pick Ethereum ETFs up. This is going to be picked up by global countries and economies rather than just
So
your average degen trader that's been trying to make money off of these platforms since they've been in existence. So that's just my spiel.
so I think great analysis, but the main point I'm just trying to get across, Ethereum is so hard to use because institutional money is putting their money into it. And then sooner or later, there's going to be sharding and it's going to be very easy. The gas fees are going to be very low and you're going to see DApp development across the board. Richard Hart is doing the same exact thing the Ethereum Foundation of Vitalik is doing by making it very difficult for people to get onto Polchain. And then one day, magically, you snap your fingers and then boom, it is so easy to use Polchain. Back when Hex first launched, it was on like it was on Pirate Bay, I believe. It was so hard to use. And then you go into now you can go into hex.com and then you can do everything you need to do. It was user friendly. He's doing the same thing with Polchain because it's what Ethereum's doing right now. And it's the main reason why Polchain is plugged into Ethereum, because Richard Hart knows that Ethereum is going to be the chosen blockchain of the future. They're just gatekeeping the technological development. And the reason why I know that is because 90% of the market thinks Ethereum is dead. And most of the time, all you guys are wrong. And I made so much money doing the exact opposite of every single one of you guys. That's how I know. So, sorry.
The proof is in the pudding, baby.
Yeah. So, main point I'm trying to say, Ethereum is doing its thing. And price chart looking phenomenal. We're trading in that beautiful flag. And then we had a shoulder, and it looks like we're breaking out of the shoulder. So if we break out of the shoulder, yep, our target is going to be touching the top of this flag, man. So this could be us touching that top of the flag. We might have to break down. Well, not break down, but if we touch the top of that flag, there is a magnet about right here. All right. I don't like this red. Sorry, guys. I'm very particular on how the charts look. It has to be that blue, and the magnets are black. So we'll touch the top of this flag. We might have to come back, retest that breakout of the neckline, come in, touch this again. Boom. See you later. So, looking at the Ethereum price chart, yeah, man, it's full. It was forming this cup and handle, and we're freaking out about right here, and then it just broke down. So I still think this cup and handle is in play. And if we can break out that flag and hit that local high, come up and touch all-time highs, then we can start looking at our breakout target. So in my opinion, 3,500 is going to be a play very, very soon. And I was talking to Goo God earlier about this. And then if we break out of this cup and handle, this is probably going to be close to our Ethereum target up here, which is about right around 10 grand, maybe 12K, 14K. So, cool. Any thoughts on that?
It makes me want to do more analysis on that chart.
Bro, do it.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, Ethereum chart analysis, that is gold right now. Everyone's like talking about Bitcoin dominance and this, and that. The gold is Ethereum charts. If you can look at Ethereum charts and find anomalies and stuff like that, you are good to go. Now let's look at the monthly.
It's almost like honestly, bro, trying to say Ethereum is dead is like trying to say Apple is dead, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree, man. I agree.
Like it's literally the equivalent. If Bitcoin is Nokia phone and Ethereum is the iPhone, You got to understand, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. I also think what really sold me was the fact that Rand Nooner was told to everybody like 6 times that he's selling all of his Ethereum. He keeps saying that meme coins and Ethereum is dead, but they haven't died yet. so
Just
so
keeps wanting better entries.
yeah, and the minute he gets bullish on Ethereum, I'm selling everything.
Oh, but he
so
has it. But he has an L3 for Ethereum.
yeah, that's funny. You know, actually, guys, if you look up the Gold Network, his VC fund is actually invested in an L3 built on top of Ethereum. It goes through the Manta network. So if he's telling you guys that Ethereum's dead, he's probably trying to gatekeep it because he has a lot of money in that the Gold Network. So when was that last election? Actually, no. Let's point out 2020. Let's just do the 2020 election. And then this will give us a good idea of what to expect from Ethereum. So what was it? November 4th. Come on. 2020 election. All right. So for the 2020 election, how many weekly green candles did we get from that?
I'm gonna say 6.
All right, we'll go to the first all-time high because this is
Oh,
like
weekly, not monthly. Not monthly. I was thinking 6 monthly.
well, let's do monthly. That might be a little bit easier to process. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, and then 6. Correct. So yeah, we have a correction after that 6 one, and after that we had two red candles and 1, 2 red candle, 1, 2. So 10. So it falls like so. In my opinion, the end of the bull market. This is what I'm seeing is after 10 monthly green candles on Bitcoin and also 10 monthly green candles on Ethereum after November. You're not going to get that on every channel. And we just showed you guys, we just did the analysis. 10 monthly green candles. The bull market is over after the election month. Does that make sense?
Over.
Over.
No
It's done.
copium, no hopium, no more believing in your community. You gotta go. It's time for you to get out and get into stables.
Well, yep.
Hopefully you know
One,
which stables you're
two,
getting
three,
into.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, well, 10 monthly green candles, including November. I'm sorry. So 10 monthly green candles, including November. That's the end of the bull market. So what do I see for Ethereum? One, 2, 3, 4. So I think the next months are going to be green, man. I think it's time for Ethereum to run. It's ready to go. Just based off the 2020 election, this thing's been adopted. Yeah, man. So, like I said, guys, 10 monthly green candles. Remember that because you're probably not going to get that anywhere else. And if we look right here, it's going to start right here. 10 monthly green, beautiful candles. Now, the other thing I also want to point out, if we follow historically where Ethereum ends up after this, it's a year. So a year after that last time we had the US election, that's when that was the top of Ethereum. So we look at this right here. It's saying that if we follow the last US election, it's going to say November 2025. So that's a good time frame to look at. November 2020. I don't know if we're going to go that long. It could be sooner. I just want to make that very crystal clear. But November 2025 is the thing that you should be looking out for. So yeah, man. Overall, man, Ethereum looks good. Any thoughts on this? I think we did a crazy analysis of this. So
Yeah, we're good, dude. We just picked apart Bitcoin and Ethereum like for a long time. We're already at an hour and a half.
okay. Well, I mean, the altcoins we're going through there, it's not really the TA on it's not that bad. So
No,
All right.
I'm down to run longer, bro. I'm down, bro. We got what 140 guys in here right now, guys and gals. All I really want is just them to just smash the like button, share this thing out, say what's going on in the chat. The chat's super dead tonight, and I think the vibes they're low. Vibes are low. What's going on?
I'm telling you, man, the reason the vibes are low is because TitanX is going down, man. That's the only reason.
Well, that's how you know people are too emotionally invested in one bag and maybe over leveraged.
Yeah. I know, I agree, man. I agree. Well, that's for them to figure out because we always tell people diversify. So
Yeah, but also don't be emotional investors.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
it is
Well,
what it is, man. If they'll figure out on their own. So that's not
ancient
that's
lessons of wisdom from the verse in our last month of streaming.
we might stream a little bit after. We haven't decided yet, but like I said, um cool. So we've been going through and trying to find the best altcoins to get into and talk about for the rest of the bull market. And in our opinion, we created a beautiful list, and they're on different chains. Some of them are in the TitanX ecosystem. And in our opinion, these coins could potentially be $1 billion coins. Now, one of the first coins that really caught my eye that shout out to Bill the Bull. He was a big fan of this coin. It's called Mr. Miggles. It is the only cat coin on base that base actually shills and talks about so much. And it's the base mascot, but Mr. Miggles, the actual meme coin, does not have any association with base. So because base is such a big company and they're running with this cat thing for um their what's it called? Their advertisement, we think that this is going to be one of the ultimate plays on the base chain that nobody's talking about. Now, if I just come over here to the Twitter, I'm going to show you guys real quick. This is a meme coin. The team is really great. The developer behind it is a really young, ambitious guy. They got over 75,000 followers. They're building NFTs for Mr. Miggles. They're building out platforms. They're building a beautiful brand. And they're also having an awesome space right now. So I personally think Mr. Miggles has a lot of people interested in it. And this is also an LLC backing this meme coin. So they're building a company around this meme coin that's going to continue to build out this product going in the future. I believe it was Per Labs. Yep, Per Labs. So that's their new company that's going to be building and using the Mr. Miggles branding. Now, just looking at the price chart, this thing was beautiful. When this thing first came to market, it shot up to $120 million market cap. Boom. And then went through, was it a 17-day correction and bottomed out after 17 days, and it's just been trading sideways ever since. So, in my opinion, the best time to buy is when you see the price action like this going sideways and just going up and down like a little bit of a wave. But also on top of that, you see how the price is just constantly going sideways like this. What comes to your head?
Um, I mean, several different things, but I don't think I have the answer you want. Tell me.
I think there's a market maker in this. I
Yeah, I
think
mean that's what I was. The first word that came to mind was suppression.
I think there's a market maker. Mumu has a market maker. Brett has a market maker. Ponky has a market maker. Bobo has a market maker. I don't know if Redo has a market maker, but most of these really big coins have market makers that help with setting the price of the token, arbitrage, and also getting this stuff onto exchanges. So I personally think that with what's going on with Megals, this thing's ready to skyrocket. And I think that this could be potentially a play that will give Brett a run for its money. You know what I'm saying?
Bold
So,
prediction, but I like it, bro. And I think we're on the way to Green City with these meme coins.
yeah. So, looking at this correction right here. So when we corrected, dude, check this out. It came down and it touched the 0.88, came up 0.618, touched that 1.8 again, came up, tried it the 0.618, got broke down, came back down, touched the 0.888, and then came up, and now it's going back to retest that 0.618. Like, holy cow, dude. It loves that 0.8 fib. And anytime I see a price chart that does something like that, I know it's a market maker. So just on that information alone and the fact that it goes into the Coinbase narrative, that's what sold me. So in my opinion, if we get a breakout, and I was talking to Bill the Bull because we're about to go through wave 3 of Mr. Miggles. And this gets into Elliott wave theory. So we did its wave 1, like right here. This first wave right here, that's wave 1, and then it's slowly accumulating, and we finished wave 2, and now we're getting ready for wave 3. So if we come up and hit that all-time high, the first target you're probably going to be looking at is right about $200 million, $220 million. That's what I'm seeing. Now, yeah, I'm not going to look at any indicators, but yeah. And then MACD, we did get a divergence a couple days ago on Halloween, the 12 and the 26 cross. So what that's telling me is that we're starting to see more and more people jump in, and this could be a bomb reversal. So good stuff. Any thoughts on Mr. Miggles?
Yeah, no, congratulations, Mr. Miggles. It looks like their Halloween marketing worked because it happened on Halloween, that divergence. And I know they were pumping hard on their marketing. So, yeah, stuff you look at when you're looking at meme coins. These is the macro and the micro put together. You got a great brand, you got a great developer, you've got associations with the base chain. I think it's a freaking no-brainer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Now let's do another coin that we like. So we already talked about AlienX. We love AlienX. We love Morpheus. That's another coin. And then my personal favorite, baby, Ether Vista. I think Ether Vista, in my opinion, it's a $1 billion to $40 billion market cap play. I really do. Just based off of what I'm seeing. Now, if you guys have been, paying attention to the markets, Ether Vista, it's a DEX, and then it's also a pump fund platform. So they're basically going to be creating meme coins for the Ethereum ecosystem, and the meme coins are very cheap, and they're going to compete with Uniswap. So I love it all. Now, we came up, we bottomed out. We talked about this on live stream for about a couple times here, and then now we skyrocket. So what am I seeing right here on Ether Vista? We're getting very close to a bearish divergence. And the reason why I'm pulling this up to you guys right now with this bearish divergence, if you've been sidelined and you wanted to get into Ether Vista, your opportunity is coming very, very soon. Because when these two lines touch right here, this will probably come back down, touch the all-time high, and potentially break down into what I call the box of opportunity, and you can get in here and shoot right back up. So this is like my gift to you guys. Ether Vista is going to have a second play just based off the MACD and RSI. After that next opportunity opens up, that's going to be the time to get in, do your thing. So that's why I really like this protocol, and I see a lot of opportunity. Now, once we have that back test, that correction, we test this breakout, where can Ether Vista go for its next leg up?
It's looking like
What's up?
I'm just looking at the chart, analyzing it in my head.
Okay. So we already hit the 1.618. Let me get rid of this. So using oh my god, the Fibonacci tool. Why can't I ever keep remember the Fibonacci? So We shot past the 1.618, and then we came back down, came back in, shot back out, touched all-time highs, and now we're coming back up. Now, in my opinion, once we start coming down, retest this, and we do our next move up, I do believe we're going to be aiming for about $100, which is going to be the 2.618. So we back test it, hit $100, and then the next big one is going to be $150. So in my opinion, once we do this test and this little flush out and then go back up, the main target is going to be $100, which I would believe puts us at a $100 million market cap. Yep. Right around $100 million market cap. So yeah, man. Ether, Vista. So good stuff. All right, dude. Well, should we do one more, or do you think we should call it good?
Yeah, bro. Throw HODL up there, bro.
Oh, HODL. I love HODL, man. All right, we'll do one last one.
Let's look at HODL. I want to see if we see anything about. You think you see any market maker action on this?
All right, so HODL. This is a Solana meme coin, and in my opinion, there is a cult community behind HODL. It stands for half orange drinking lemonade. Everybody knows what HODL means. It came from the Bitcoin forum. It talks about hodling your Bitcoin, and I go across the board. Oh, I can't show that. I go across the board, and I see a lot of these beautiful memes that everybody just keeps posting. And then Value in Time, he's a big Solana guy. He's a huge proponent of HODL. So he's kind of like the leader, the cult leader of this token, and he's been pushing it really, 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 really hard. So based off of what I'm seeing, I think HODL could be potentially a top contender for a meme coin on Solana. Now, what am I seeing on the price chart? Let's just look at the daily. Price chart, this thing bombed out. That is a beautiful morning star. So red candle, doji, bullish engulfing candle, followed by another candle. If we close out right here, 3 white soldiers, probably need to come back up. We got a lot of resistance right here. So I want to be really, really clear. When we get into this level right here, we need to break 0.003, because you see how there's like a lot of buys and sells, candles, a lot of wicks. That's called resistance. When you go through an area with a lot of wicks, there's gonna be a lot of sell pressure. You see what I'm getting at? Because people are gonna come in here and be like, "Oh, okay, I'm breaking even. See ya, out." And then the other big one is going to be when we get closer to the all-time high. So basically, right around this area, that's going to be another big place where you're going to see resistance. So when you see those wicks, you got to be very, very careful, because that's where you're going to get the most resistance. But when you bypass those wicks, that's when it's going to be go time. So in my opinion, based off of HODL, this is a clear reversal. This is the best time to, definitely throw a bag into HODL. Now the MACD, we're about to get a massive bullish divergence on the MACD, and it's going to be its first one on the daily. So when we get the 12 and the 26 touch right here, it's going to be go time right here. When those two lines touch, it's going to be go time for HODL. So it's going to touch, break past all that resistance. See you later. Any thoughts on this?
Yeah, that looks good, man. That's why I want to check that out, because I figured that chart had bottomed out and was possibly looking at a couple green candles today. So definitely interesting. But that's it for those. I think there's one question in the chat I'd like to try to answer or address if possible. I don't know. We got space D007. Said he put $1,000 in TitanX and now it's worth $36. I don't know, man. I don't think we can answer that question for you. I did want to acknowledge you, because I'm sorry that was your experience, but I don't think we can answer that question for you. So I hadn't seen any other questions in the chat. But yeah, I did want to acknowledge you and say I apologize. So that's bad, but keep watching the verse, man. We're gonna keep plugging you with different plays.
Yeah, man, and the one thing I'll say about TitanX is like, look, we're not financial advisors, and those types of questions, we get them every now and then when we start to see like charts go crazy and then people buy and then the thing just drops. And with this type of game, you just gotta understand when we're looking at projects like TitanX, that's a high conviction play. And I firmly believe that I think it's going to do well in the foreseeable future, especially when X28 comes out and the fact that Dragon X hasn't started its buy and burn. So the main point I'm trying to get across is wait for the full build out the ecosystem to have your judgment on it. And after that, that's going to give you a good case scenario of whether or not that's the best play for you. We can't tell you what you should buy or what you do. This is just me and Trey Souls. We're boys. We're just talking about stuff and what we're looking at, and that's just how things go. So cool, man. Well, that is it. That's all I got for live stream day, guys. Come back to the next one. We're gonna do more heavier on the altcoins. Please check out AlienX at alientech.win. Please check out Morpheus at morpheus.win. Trey Souls, any last thoughts?
Hey, man, that's it. Like you said, get ready for some more altcoin analysis. We're going to be throwing things at you guys. We'll be seeing y'all on Monday at 8 o'clock.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. And guys, also please like this live stream. Share this out on Twitter so we can continue to connect with other conscious beings. Love every single one of you guys, and we'll see you next one. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.